Hi, and welcome to Edo Lab Markets. In this video we show you how Edo Bands Fusion works, and how we use it to read the range and the volatility of any asset at a glance, without opening three separate windows. Three classic technical readings, coordinated on a single surface. The colored Bollinger Bands, the Donchian channels around them, and a squeeze background underneath. On Cloudflare Weekly the bands are green and rising, so the panel reads trend up at the top right. First layer. Bollinger Bands. A basis line, which is a 20-period moving average, with an upper band and a lower band, each 2 standard deviations away. They are colored according to the dominant state of the market, here in red, because Alibaba Weekly is in a down phase. These bands tell us where price sits within its usual statistical behavior. Second layer. Donchian channels. The highest high of the last 20 bars in red on top, and the lowest low in green below. They mark the extreme range of the period. Bollinger tells us how price moved inside its distribution. Donchian tells us the real ceilings and floors it actually reached. Two different readings that complement each other. Third layer, and the most interesting one. The volatility state, drawn as a background. It compares the current width of the bands with a full year of history. Below the 20th percentile, the market is in a squeeze. Compression. A faint blue background on the chart. The darker it is, the stronger the squeeze. On Coinbase Weekly the panel reads squeeze and counts 11 bars, the range is narrowing and the market is loading energy. A wide move usually follows. Here is what the end of a squeeze looks like. Earlier on the chart there is a stretch of tighter, sideways range. Narrow bands, a dense background, and then the breakout, the close clears the upper Donchian. A green triangle prints under the candle, and the bands switch to green. That bar is the state called expansion up. The squeeze is over, and on Broadcom Weekly the market decided to expand to the upside. After the breakout the bands stay green, but no longer in expansion up. Now we are in trend up. The difference matters. Expansion is the moment of the breakout. Trend is the continuation phase that follows. Price leans on the basis without reaching the opposite band, the basis slopes up, and the bands widen smoothly. On the semiconductor fund this is the clean trend regime, the one every trader wants to find. The opposite reading works the same way. Bands in red, state trend down. Red triangles mark the breaks of the lower Donchian, printed above the candles. Same three layers, telling you the gold miners fund is expanding to the downside. Range, extremes and energy, read in one glance. There is a parameter that changes how a breakout is registered. Let's open the settings. It is called Donchian mode, with two options, body or wick. Body only registers a break when the close clears the channel. Wick accepts the wicks too, so it reacts earlier but filters less. By default we use body, the stricter one. On lower time frames, wick can be worth it. And all of this is summed up in the panel, on the top right. State is the current regime with its color. Volatility percent is where the band width sits in its 1-year history. BB% is where price is inside the Bollinger Bands. On Uber Weekly it reads 8%, so price is glued to the lower band. Donchian percent is the same, but against the Donchian channel, at 0 here, right on the floor of the range. And squeeze counts the consecutive bars of active compression, 14 here, so you know whether this squeeze is long or short compared with the usual. Every parameter can be adjusted. Let's open the settings once more. The Bollinger block, length, standard deviation multiplier and source. The Donchian length, and below the volatility block, the 1-year look back and the squeeze and expansion thresholds. Colors, a dark or light theme, and the panel in any of the 4 corners, in 3 sizes. Everything reverts if you press cancel, so you can explore without touching your setup. The indicator includes 6 alerts. Let's open the Create Alert dialog. Squeeze started when the band width crosses below the threshold, and squeeze released when it climbs back up. Donchian breakout up and down for the triangles, and the 2 Bollinger touches, upper and lower. We recommend the 2 Donchian alerts as a confirmation of a regime change, and squeeze released as an early warning of a wide move. To recap, Edo Bands Fusion does not generate entry signals and does not predict tops or bottoms. It orders 3 classic readings on one surface, range with Bollinger, extremes with Donchian, stored energy with the squeeze, and a panel that sums up the state in 3 seconds. It is free and open source, published on TradingView. Structure before signals, context before confirmation, clarity over noise. This is Edo Lab Markets, and we'll see you in the next video.